Happy International Tolerance Day, and welcome to Week 11 of the Sandlot Fantasy Football League. In the year of our Lord 2025, with me this week, I've got Nick. What's up, Nick?
Hey, you guys, how's it going?
Well, I got Hillers. What's up?
How much tolerance is too much tolerance? Just in case. I need to know.
Yeah, it's a great question. Pretty prescient these days, if depending on who you ask. Yeah, hard to say, but it seems appropriate this week with so much going on.
Speaking of a tolerance for evil, what's going on in the Sandlot?
Yeah, more tolerance of just
There could be a tolerance of being in a hive mind.
Roller coaster of fantasy football, and just have some tolerance of patience, and get yourself through these next couple weeks. But yeah, we're kind of all right. So we're sitting here. We've got Detroit at Philly going on in the background here. We are almost through. We are through most of Week 11. So some of the takes might not survive the week, but we're gonna do our best.
Is this our first podcast that we're conducting live while the games are actually still going on?
It's definitely one of the few anyway.
So this week we're just gonna do some quick team overviews, maybe a little predictions on how we think it's going to turn out, and just kind of run through what went right or wrong for each team. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
During the season or today?
I don't know. You decide. Whatever you want to do.
Or in their life in general.
Kind of stupid questions, Hillers.
Just have more tolerance, all right?
Just if you could just have some tolerance for my stupid questions, I would really appreciate it.
Just respect Tolerance Day, please. All right, we're going to start in Division 2. We're going to go by record-wise and points-wise and all-play-wise, worst division to best division. Division 2, terrible. So we're going to go with that one to start.
Did we not name the divisions this year? That's a real oversight.
No.
That's a real oversight, you guys.
Yeah, division winners, shame on you. Thanks for putting the effort in, but we could use a little more. You
Honestly,
are clearly the worst division winners we've ever had, because we've always at least had
one job.
We're going to start with Gazebo. We're going to start kind of in the bottom of the standings for each division. Unfortunately, this is the Gazebo of mediocrity or whatever the hell. Currently at 5-9. This week's game is currently at a toss-up. Could get to 6-9. Nice. Could get to 5-10. But the Gazebo looks to be eliminated from the playoffs for the 11th straight season. It's a pretty tough run.
Wow.
What do we think here? Let's go with what do we think went wrong? We want to start with what went right, maybe, for Gazebo. Let's start on a positive note.
JSN?
I mean, sure. I mean, that's what nothing went right for this team. I mean, Dario's been spiraling for the last 11 years, and I feel like every year, this is, I think, one of the first years where at no point I think was her team a threat to even be sneaky good down the stretch. I think this team is just bad.
The all play is pretty. The all play is pretty.
And I mean, we were calling this at the out the gate of after the draft. This team is not good.
Was this the only team we were right about?
And at no point did any of those players that were none of the free agents pick up. No trades were made to make the team better. None of the free agents hit. None of our players hit. It's just,
I don't know. I feel like JSN hit.
Yeah, the one thing.
The best wide receiver in fantasy football. I feel like it might be a hit.
None of the players. Okay, none of the players
for
that
$11.
It's something to build on, in theory.
Yeah,
sure.
I think the problem with Daria's team, well, there's been several, but the main problem with Daria's team the past 11 years has been there's no flagship player you can build around, right? There's no this is my stud I'm going to build around. And so, maybe we got one here. This turns things next year. I don't know. But, yeah, I think that's what went right, I would say.
Yeah, but in order to turn things around, I do feel like you need to be making a few more moves, right? You need to be hunting on the waiver wire a little bit. You need to be, maybe if you're tanked for that season, maybe get a guy like Kyron Williams off your team before the trade deadline is over.
She does make trades. She made a trade.
Yeah, but
back in 2017, she made a trade.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
What more do you want?
it makes it difficult if you're having a tough time and you don't get if you don't acquire better players, right? And
yeah,
it's a long start. It's a long way to climb, but start somewhere and incremental improvements.
You have an unkeepable $60 Kyron Williams on your team that any contender would have loved to have had. And you don't need to get much. You just need to get something that maybe you could use next year, right? Like that's what I think. Now, first off, I don't know. Did she even try to trade? I don't know. But man, what are you doing? Like, what's she doing with all this? I don't know.
Yeah, there's so much like keeper real estate, right? You could get a keeper quarterback. You could get a keeper running back. You could get a second wide receiver, maybe, or even a tight end. Anything. I mean,
keep naming positions.
I do like that she.
What about a defense? Can you get a defense?
I do like that she picked up Tucker Kraft on the IR. I thought that was a good, savvy move for a losing team going into next season.
All right, are we done with this team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nick, you haven't spoken much. Are we good?
Oh, I'm as done with this team as she is because apparently she's done.
All right, fair enough.
Savage.
Man, we'll end on that one. All right, not gonna happen, Chiefs.
This is supposed to be the week of tolerance.
Yeah, 6-8. Currently in a toss-up matchup, so could get to 7-8, I suppose. But Esther has given up on the year based on some of the trades he made this week. It seems like, and looking towards the future. It's the first time he'll miss the playoffs, which is exciting for Nick, I know. But
exciting for all of us a little bit, I would think.
We all knew this team was a fraud the entire year. All play was terrible. It was propped up on lies and smoke, and just there was nothing there. And second worst all play in the league. We're sitting at 6-8 right now. And Nick, what went wrong for this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just that it's everything just sort of caught up with him a little bit. I think that AJ Brown not panning out is actually just definitely what was the nail on the team's head. I think that he had a lot invested in that and have AJ Brown pay off, and the fact that like he not only did he not pay off for that $40 worth, like he just did not pay off for like a free player that you picked up off the waivers at the end of the day, by the end of the draft payoff. Like, and I think that at that point, his team was just too far down the hole at that point. You know, it's AJ Brown, and you're always expecting him to bounce back, except he never really bounced back for him. And I think that kind of, and by the time you realize that, like, I think that it kind of backfired on him a little bit. And I think, like, I mean, honestly, like that's just the most tolerable answer I can give.
Nice. Hey, Liz, what went right for this team?
I think he did a great job of when he realized he was cooked, like declaring that fire sale and reaching out to absolutely everybody. And trying to get up. Next season, to have Egbuka and St. Brown as your wide receivers is going to be scary, right? I think maybe he could have been at the waivers a little bit more this season, but
you don't know, waivers are such a crapshoot.
Well, yeah, but you got to churn, especially in this era of profligacy. $0 bids where nothing means anything. Go ahead, throw some stuff out there. And I think players didn't pan out the way that he thought, and I just wasn't seeing the reaction to that failure like you would want to see if you wanted to turn things around.
Yeah, I think kind of hit both of those points. I think the draft picks didn't pan out, right? 47 on AJ Brown. I'm not sure if Hawkinson was a keeper or not, but like you just looked up and down the roster, and it's like a lot of players who just didn't pan out. Derrick Henry even kind of underperformed a little this year.
A bit, yeah.
So Tony Pollard, big bleh, whatever. The quarterback was never good on this team. It just never. There was never a threat, right, on this team, and especially with AJ Brown not paying. If AJ Brown's like a top 5 receiver, this team all of a sudden is different, right?
AJ Brown is one of the most remarkable failures of this year. He couldn't even trade him in the fire sale. No one wanted him. Could get guys off the waivers.
So the funny thing about that, I actually offered up a trade for him. I'm like, well, if you can't deal and let me know, here's a thing. I'll throw in maybe give you like I think I offered Jackson Dart and Quentin Johnston back. I'm like, these are maybe people you could keep next year. I know A.J. Brown's not going to do anything for you, so if you can't deal it. He was like, yeah, I had every intention of doing that when I got home from work, but I fell asleep, and so I didn't accept it. And so great. So I didn't get A.J. Brown. So get ready for a big second half from A.J. Brown, by the way.
That is the problem with fire sale, is that typically by the time teams are going on fire sale, the trade deadline is like tomorrow.
Yeah, so he was working like crazy. He was working me against you, I know, Hillers. We were going at it for Gibbs.
Yeah, he was playing, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this again, because I traded him St. Brown last year, and my heart is filled with regret every day for doing it. So I was like, nope, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. So anyway, he made some deals, set himself up for next year. Realized it didn't happen this year. You hate to see it.
I mean,
a big 30-yard St. Brown catch. So.
Egbuka is great, though. I think that's one of the most exciting rookies this
What'd you
year.
think of that trade? What'd you guys think of it?
A great trade on both sides, I thought. I think that everybody got what they needed out of that.
Yeah, I hated doing it. I love Emeka Egbuka, as Gronk says. But he's fantastic.
Oh, Gronk.
Go watch the video. It's great. He goes into this long diatribe. He's like, I don't know how to play it on here. But he goes, Baker Mayfield, great connection with his rookie out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. It's just like, fucking Jameson Williams. God damn it. I'm done. It's over.
You're
Go to my team.
Does that count as a failure under the new rules?
Weenye is our next team. Weenye sitting at 6-8, likely going to 6-9. Nice. This is another year missing the playoffs for Andy. He has 2 playoff appearances.
6-7 right now. 6-7 right now.
2 playoff appearances in 13 seasons in this league. That's a tough run, man. And like I don't know why. I feel like he's not bad at this. I feel like he makes pretty good picks and does
the team
right
looked
things.
pretty damn good.
The team was good for a while. It kind of collapsed, but
it looked good. Yeah, it just didn't.
Nick, wrong or right? What do you want to go with here?
I think this is just a thing where the fantasy gods are not ready for Andy to win yet. I think that's just kind of what it is, because there's nothing about this team that's not good. He makes the right moves. He gets rid of people at the right time. He gets people that are the right people to get. It just doesn't. It just hasn't hit for him yet. I don't know why. It's. There's no one on this team that you wouldn't want.
Right.
I mean, there's tons of, that's not necessarily true, but I don't know.
Well, we're not.
I think that his team on paper is good. I think it's just that they don't come together. They don't gel when they need to. They don't all hit at the right time to win.
I do.
And
think
this is just the fantasy gods making a mockery of him, is what it is.
He's got a lot of Eagles in the year that the Eagles went totally trash. I mean, there is no excuse for having Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. There's about 5 minutes left in the second quarter, but he's not even 6 points between the two of them. Catastrophe, absolute killer. You just can't overcome that. Even with a guy like Puka Nacua, you need more than one guy to carry your team, and the ones that were supposed to do it this year didn't. And people that were good last year, like Sutton or Aaron Jones, not as much this year, right? They're just maybe number 4s or flexes, all right? And so
I don't know. I mean, Hurts has been fine. He's averaging 22 points a game this year. It's the number 4 QB. he's fine. I think the Saquon thing, though, you hit on, which is right. The Saquon thing didn't pan out. He caught some bad schedule luck, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what his all plays at.
No one knows.
This is like
60, I don't know.
They're but could go any of us.
Well,
right?
he was 6-5 at one point, right?
Right. If our guesses don't pan out, we're gonna look like Andy.
Yeah, he's lost 3 in a row, right? You're 6-5. All of a sudden, you're 6-8 in 2 weeks, and it's like, well, okay, there's my season. That's kind of it. So, just caught some bad luck. He was kind of in that mix of all of us, where it's like it could go either way, and he had a bad few weeks, and
somebody got to go.
Himself here, and he was the one.
Somebody got to go.
So he made some trades. He made some deals. He got who did he trade for? He got Scatabo from you Hillers.
He did. Yep.
which is fun.
If his leg ever gets reattached, that might be good for him.
Yeah, you got to reattach the foot to the leg for sure. I mean, that helps.
To the leg bone, the knee bone is
the foot
connected
bone's
to
connected to the leg bone. I mean,
the foot bone is connected to whatever they can staple it to.
The first thing they teach you when you go to doctor
unless
school.
you're Cam Scatterbo and your ankle bone is not connected.
Well, that's why you got to connect. That's what they teach you at doctor school. The foot bone is connected to the leg bone.
They're singing it, and then they go, "Where's that ankle bone? Did anyone bring it?"
We got to connect it. So, yeah, I don't know. He's made some moves. What's next for this team? He's waiting for the draft, and he's going to try. He's going to win best draft again, and find himself hopefully in the hunt next year.
Best draft and a Royal Rumble victory, and we try again.
First place in this division currently, the Dad Dicks sitting at 8-6.
Man, this division sucks.
Looking like he's going to end up at 8-7 based on the projections currently here on Sunday night.
It doesn't even matter though.
Doesn't matter because. Yeah, I mean, not gonna happen. Chiefs could end up one game back at this point, like not out of it technically, which is wild with
That's
2 games
insane.
left. But this looks like it's going to be Grimes' 9th playoff appearance in 13 seasons, compared to Andy's 2 playoff appearances in 13 seasons. I understand why he probably hates him at this point. Nick, what went right or wrong with Grimes this year?
I mean, I think that he actually. His team is an 8-6, but it's kind of a fake 8-6 in the sense he's lucky in the sense with his division because he doesn't have to worry about anyone really catching him. So there's that. Maybe. But he got lucky because I mean his losses, 2 of his losses came last week because all of his players were on bye. Like he kind of lucked out in the sense that he had one. Now it sucks that bye week hell was during a doubleheader week, but like. He's done now. Like he's got full strength for the rest of the year. So I think that definitely is a feather in the cap for this team that was already good going into that position. So I don't know. Like this team is in first place for a reason, and I think that it's just going to continue to do well. There's a reason why we said he was a real Shaquille.
I'm starting to feel like it's a little bit more his division than his team. You're never out of it when you've got Chase and Lamb as your starting 2 wide receivers.
Just got Pearsall back too,
and James Cook, right? Those are solid pieces. I think maybe he could have been a little bit more aggressive, once Jaden Daniels got hurt, looking for QBs. I gotta believe there were options there that are better than Jaden Daniels' backup to start of a week. But I think
Mariota hasn't been bad. I mean, you say that, but Mariota has been, fine.
Fine, yeah, but you got to always be looking for that extra.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to go out and find Jalen Hurts, a 22-point quarterback, right? Like he found Mariota, who's gotten him 20 and 16 the last 2 weeks, right? Which
it's not the worst. It's just I don't know. I feel like this will be the team that people want to play in the playoffs.
No, we're going to get to the team that people want to play in the playoffs. But this, I don't know, man. You give me James Cook. He picked. I'll tell you what. One thing he did that was sad was picking up Alvin Kamara off waivers.
Yeah, I was just going to say that was going to be my
after he got dropped by Slod. Just got dropped, Alvin Kamara. And I think he picked him up for $1 maybe.
A wild choice. Wild choice to drop him. I can't. I must. So much of the league must have been kicking themselves when they see a guy like that go off the waivers, and you're like, oh damn it! Why did I? And
14 points in this first week with Grimes. So yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
Everything comes up Grimes always. Yeah, but no, this is.
I'm talking shit now, but honestly, I was scared to play him this week because I think this is a team with a high ceiling, right?
No, this week. I'm saying last week when he had him last. He picked him up last week. And he scored 14.5.
When you got guys, he has guys at almost every position that can damage you, and it's scary. It's a high ceiling team.
Don't forget Tyler Warren sitting there in the tight end spot on bye this week.
Tyler Warren is nuts. Tyler Warren is real scary, and so I lucked out this week, but it's other people might not.
I think as good as any of the washed masses that are sitting in the group of playoff teams, right? They could win any week. It's just as good. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
there you go.
They're in the
congratulations.
Scrum. You're in the scrum, Grimes.
Yeah, he's in the scrum. Division 3 is our next division. We're going to start with Iron Pirates Miscreant Crew, sitting at 4-10, but in a toss-up. Maybe not so much of a toss-up anymore now that Jameson Williams just caught like a 40-yard touchdown. Looks to be tough for the Hitmen right now. This ends a 4-season playoff streak for you, Nick. It seems like the rebuild has begun, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been going on for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, all right. So what went wrong for you this year?
You know what? To be honest, I think what went wrong is that a lot of my players just didn't hit early. I think that nothing that I did, like my team in the last couple of weeks with the addition of Rico Dowdle, was largely the same team it was coming out of the draft. And I really I haven't looked at the numbers to verify this, but I feel like in the last 4 or 5 weeks, my team's really kind of been like, oh, hey, my team's actually not nearly as bad as the record indicates, given that at week after week 4, my all play was 3-20 or whatever it is. And coming into this week, I just might break 500 at this point in my all play, or damn near close to it. So my team is really just my team started off out of the gate really, really slow is what it happened. And it happens. No one really hit. And it's just
you pile up those early losses.
Yeah. Those first 3 weeks you were sub 100. And that puts you back. That puts you back a lot. But I will say that your team of all the owners that were losing, I like your moves the most. I think it was real smart of you to snag James Conner this week for next season for nothing. $0. I was kicking myself when I saw that. I was like, "Oh yeah, James Conner."
That's just a Nick guy. He's just a Nick guy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, any kind of guy for $0 that's a keepable guy like that, and you hit on Rico Dowdle. You went and got Malik Neighbors. I think your team next season is going to be one of the scarier keeper cohorts. So good job on that, and it is still a team that's out there could spoil some dreams in this season.
Spoiler right now.
Yeah, and you are not that far down from where Roscoe was. You're only two down in the all play, and the best losing all play of all the divisions. So. Yeah, I do think you had a good team. I think this is a case of more luck than choice.
Well, your team's better than your record. We'll see. Yeah, you got some good keepers. Yeah, like you just lost early. Christian Watson, panning out nice for you currently. I'm not buying into all the keepers for next year. I mean, obviously Trey McBride's a stud, Malik Neighbors is a stud. I'm not buying into Dowdle or Swift. There's been a lot of people on that DeAndre Swift ride in the past, and none of them enjoyed how it ended.
Well, maybe it'll be Conner now.
I mean, let's move on. No one wants to hear people talk about it. We can move on.
We'll see. You made some good moves. Your team's not as bad as your record. It's better than not going to happen, Chiefs. And
you're the best worst team.
Yeah, you're the good bad team. Cyborg Tony Romo is our next team, sitting at 7-7, looking like they're going to lose this week to fall to 7-8. This is 4 seasons in a row now where Roscoe's missed the playoffs, by the way. Remember how when Roscoe came in, just absolutely announcing his presence with authority and just owning the place for 3 out of 4 years and winning his first 3 out of 4 years. And he's really hit a bit of a slide lately. And, I think losing some of those cheap running backs he had has done that. Hillers, what do you think went wrong for Roscoe this year?
Guys on the skid. I mean, through about 6 or 7 weeks, we were like, okay, he's in there. This is one of the league's toughest teams. And the last several weeks, nosedive. Total nosedive. Justin Jefferson, even though he's done well, hasn't been the best receiver in the league like he has been in previous years. And his running back situation is a catastrophe. And it must be nice for him to have Rashee Rice back, but it's too little, too late. Banking into that strategy of, hey, let's see how things pan out later. I think he banked on some teams that had some hype going into the preseason, that weren't the ones that really worked. Like Josh Downs, like Indiana's doing amazing, but Josh Downs has not been a recipient of that. Why? I don't know.
Because of Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
There's also someone else here. There's also Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, also somebody else gobbling up all the touchdowns, and his name's Jonathan Taylor.
No. Yes, every touchdown in the league. Right. You can't afford to. This is just an example of why you can't afford to let a whole position go fallow on your roster.
I'll keep a hand on it.
Nick, anything to any kind of hope on this team?
In the interest of time, no.
Okay.
Also, I don't have much tolerance for this team. Like he came in, won 3 out of 4. That's
fuck
fine.
that guy. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We love you, Roscoe, but fuck you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's get in the bin with the rest of the trash.
Welcome to our struggles, okay?
For several years.
Yeah. Now you see how the rest of us live.
Get to the wilderness.
No, I think he had a bad draft. I think didn't really pan out. I don't know if some of it was because he was remote. It was hard. It wasn't our best remote draft, but and that was part of the reason I think running back didn't work out for him this year. But I have no doubt Roscoe will be back competing again next year. And he was competing this year for a while. Man, he went on a run there mid-season, like looking like he was gonna make his way into the playoffs. So,
do you think he didn't get a player he might otherwise have gotten because he was remote on the draft?
No,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that RJ Harvey hasn't worked out as much as the hype was around him. I think that Jalen Warren, the Steelers have kind of cooled off a little bit. He hasn't done as well, and I'm also kind of just spitballing it here a little bit. And Jordan Mason was not the timeshare that I think everyone thought he was going to be in. Like
the Jets stunk too, right? Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, like that was kind of his.
He didn't have Breece Hall this year.
Yeah, he does have.
You're right. He dropped Breece Hall. You're right.
He does have the cancer.
Garrett Wilson was still a highlight. Garrett Wilson
was fine. You're right. Yeah. Although he sat him. Oh well, he was hurt this week. Never mind. So.
Yeah, he's hurt this week. So
he's hurt for a while. He'd probably just like, you know what, guys, I'll see you next year.
You know what?
All right. Next team, Hillers Peak Society. We can blow through this real quick, but because nobody wants to hear about our teams, I guess. But Hillers 8-6, likely going to 9-6. Still looking for that second title, the first since the Bush administration. The second one, not the first one, but still been a while. Nick, what do we think went? I guess we'll say right. I guess for Hillers this year because he's kind of in the hunt.
Well, I mean, there's nothing new to say what went right. We've already talked about how great his team is for the last couple of podcasts, and everything's always been saying Hillers is number one. So it's more a question of what's going wrong, and this team has definitely shown weaknesses that this team can clearly not hit and can clearly get outscored if things don't work out for them. But like this team is not the powerhouse that it looks like it is on paper. It is definitely just as vulnerable as everyone else's team. We've seen other teams in the past be more dominant in the league, and this team, for being the quote number one power seeded team, is not as dominant as past dominant teams.
Yeah, it's more of a tier, right? Like it's in that tier with like Grimes and some of the other top teams, I guess. And it's like, hey, let's flip a coin and see who wins this week, right? Like he's put himself in a good position, I think, and he's made some moves to help. Quarterbacks hasn't been great for him, but.
Are you kidding? Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the league.
He's been fine.
Should have started Mayfield this week.
Should have started Baker this week, though.
Well, this is a curse, but they're both good.
Also, starting Brock Bowers on the bench when he puts up 40 points is always a.
Yeah, you should really start Brock Bowers. He's good. No, it's a good team. It's in the hunt. Who knows? If things break right, you could win it. Hillers, any thoughts on moves or trades that you made or anything?
If I had it all to do back, there's a couple of things I might take back, but looking at it now, I think I have one of the most deep rosters in the league. I think, and does this mean I'm going to pick the wrong people to start some weeks? For sure. But it's nice to have choices and be able to play matchups and to have lots of players up over 140 points so far in the season. So I like that.
Do you think the league is rooting for you to win?
No.
I'm going to put it this way. Even on this week, Hillers only he still has Bowers to go. So let's assume 15. So Hillers only put up 115 points this week. Yep. That's very beatable. on any given week.
No, the receivers were shit this week, so yeah.
That doesn't
They
matter.
did. They took a real
It's a
dive.
lack of touchdowns, honestly. That'll kill you. So, all right, Dying Gnomes, next team, sitting at 9-5. One of our, I think our highly ranked teams all year. We looked at this
One of
team
the
and
league's
thought-
strongest teams.
and has ended up that way. In a toss up this week versus Gazebo, so could be 9-6, but could be 10-5 and basically clinch, a playoff spot. I think at 10-5. I think 10 wins gets you in. Watson is the last original owner to not win a title. So it'd be kind of fun to see him make a run at it at least. I think he's probably in that same, like we talked about it with Hillers. He's in that class of, get him in the hunt. Depending on how each week goes, he could win it, right? Like, I don't think he's better or worse than any of the other teams. Like, I think there's like a clear top tier of teams, and he's in it. But Nick, what do you think?
All right, man. I think this team's always been a top tier team. Damn, Lamar only put up 4 points today. We'll put up under 5 today.
Fucking
Oh, he got
Rodgers.
wow. And Josh Jacobs got hurt. I mean, that's not great because Jacobs got hurt. I mean, Lamar's going to be fine.
The Jacobs thing could be very detrimental to this team. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's
set for
well,
additional testing on his.
Who knows about Sean Tucker?
as
Though?
of
Like I don't know if Sean Tucker is going to be.
Well, Bucky's coming back maybe next week, so that's going to kill that.
So
regardless, though, this is one of the highest ceiling teams in the league, and I think those teams do tend to sort of rise to the top the more games that we end up playing, right? Even though, like, Lamar only had 5 points this week, he could have started 3 players that scored over 30 points and still won the game, right? That's nuts. That's crazy. I mean, this is a team where with the and I'd love to say that his wide receivers are bad, but Tet McMillan, who I learned during the broadcast today, doesn't actually like to be referred to as Tet McMillan.
He does not. No,
he likes to be referred to as T-Mac, which I think is something an 11-year-old would call themselves.
Here. No.
Right, that's unacceptable. You don't get to pick.
You don't get to pick.
You don't get to pick your nickname. Tet McMillan. Sorry about it.
I'll call you Tetaroa if you want to. I'm not, that's fine. You can tell me what you don't want to be called. That's fine.
Sure, sure. You don't need to be rude, but no one's calling you T-Mac.
No one's calling you T-Mac. Come on.
Shut up.
Remember when Dez came on the first year, and we're sitting there, and I think he jumped on, and he's like, by the way, guys, he's like, I don't know if you guys know, because we just knew him as Dez. He's like, by the way, my name's Chris McDonald. My friends call me C-Mac. We're like, yeah, we're not doing that. No, we're not calling you that.
Has anyone ever done that?
No, I've never called him that in my life.
No, I haven't either.
So same goes for you, Tetaroa.
Yeah.
And
right.
Look, we apply this across the board. No favoritism.
Yeah, if Josh Jacobs is hurt, damage for sure to this team, but a real high ceiling team, real scary team is going to be scary. I can't imagine this team doesn't make the playoffs one way or another.
This is a 3-pillar team, man. It's Lamar, it's McCaffrey, and it's Jacobs. I guess Breece Hall's been pretty good, but like those are the 3, man. And if Jacobs is out, like that tripod doesn't work, and a
2-legged stool.
Yeah,
it's
not great. So that's going to be huge. I mean, that knocks him down a notch for sure.
Are we worried about Lamar?
No. It's Cleveland defense was just really. They're just playing in Cleveland, in division. Those games are weird, man.
Well, and also he's got next coming up Jets, Bengals, Steelers.
Yeah.
Bengals.
So there you go.
He's gonna feast.
Yeah, Lamar will be fun.
Yeah.
Watson will be in the hunt. He'll be in the playoffs. We'll see you there. Division 1, last division here. 4 teams to go. We start with Slod, who I think a lot of us had kind of on par with the Gnomes at the beginning of the year as like one of the top teams. Sitting at 6-8 though. Looking like he's going to win this week, I think, at least when I started this document. But yeah, looks like he's going to be 7-8. This will be his first playoff appearance was last year. Doesn't look like it's going to happen again. Hillers, what do we think about Slod's season?
This is the ultimate two-face team, right? This team is either going to crush you bad or put up such an embarrassing week. He's had the lowest score in the league twice this season. And then gone around and put up like 60 more points the following week. It is an incredibly schizophrenic team. You don't know what to expect out of it. And ultimately, if you catch that kind of team on a bye week or on a doubleheader, it's just it's gonna be a real problem for him. And guys like Nico Collins weren't as good as he needed them to be. He never really had much in the way of running backs. I think I traded him his best running back.
He didn't have Nico though all season, right?
He didn't.
No.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a mea culpa on our part. I think we kind of hit on Ween trying to run with Saquon all year, right? And I don't think he did because I think Larf had Saquon, right? So
Andy made the trade for Saquon, and Saquon didn't.
Right. He kind of went for it. He gave that was a Saquon for Nico trade, right?
Yeah. Who wasn't and Nico, who hadn't really done much at that point.
And Chase. Well, and then Hillers, you gave him Chase Brown for.
I did.
Who did you get?
A bag of peanuts.
I don't recall.
Yeah, some player, hopefully of consequence.
Oh, somebody.
Oh, who could say for sure? No one knows.
Who can say? No one knows.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Anyway, Larf's been wheeling and dealing for a couple weeks now, preparing for next year, and I think he's done a good job doing that. I mean, Josh Allen's always a great keeper. Chase Brown for cheap.
Oh my God, 6 touchdowns today.
6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 passing. Is that any good?
I mean, save some for the rest.
Hillers gave up Chase Brown for Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, that's right.
Oh, one of my best receivers. So not too bad.
Didn't you bench him this week?
Well, he's on a bye.
You shouldn't have benched him.
Okay, beg to differ.
Fair. Okay, so I don't know. Lars made some good moves. He realized it wouldn't happen this year. The Saquon thing didn't work out. I think his receivers were never great. So
Jaden Reed got hurt. Yeah, T. Higgins.
I think he picked up Jaden Reed recently. I think Jaden Reed got dropped and then he picked him up because he's been out all year.
Nope, he's been on Slot Tadpole since week 1.
How did Slot get Chase?
We just talked about
Chase Brown? You just told us.
Oh my God.
You're the one who told us how he got Chase Brown.
No, it's the week of tolerance. It's the week of tolerance.
No. Andy got Chase Brown because of that, and then he must have given Chase Brown and Nico for Karst for that. Okay, I got it. Sorry.
Anyway, he's making moves. Good for you, Slod. Sorry you didn't make a run this year. We liked your team, but this didn't work out. He was like CTR, one of those teams that was in the hunt. It just like caught a bad run, and here we are. So, TDJ next team, 8-6 currently in a toss-up matchup, or at least was, and looking like he's probably going to win this week, which would put him to 9-6. Nick, can Jonathan Taylor carry this team across the finish line this year?
Absolutely. That's all he needs. Like Jonathan Taylor is absolutely single-handedly carrying teams across the finish line, and I don't know what you really need, what else your teams need when you have Jonathan Taylor scoring. I think Jonathan Taylor scored a touchdown on his bye week.
Oh, it wouldn't be shocked.
He had 50 points last week.
30 points, 30 points, 14 points, 30 points, 23 points, 34 points, 37 points, 7 points, 50 points. That's absolutely what do you really need when you have someone doing that?
He's going into a tougher part of his schedule, but it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Remember Saquon's year last year when everyone's like, Saquon had one of the best rushing years ever. Jonathan Taylor at this point right now has, I think, 1 less touchdown than Saquon had all of last year.
Yeah. He has, 4 3-touchdown games?
Yes.
In
10 weeks.
In 10 weeks!
What's funny is I was thinking about this is that in the offseason I was working out a trade with Pritchard where it was going to be McBride and he was going to give me Hurts and Taylor. And I was like, I just don't think I can do that. Every time I make a trade with you, Pritchard, it always comes up to hurt me and backfire and stab me in the ass because it never works out in my favor. Well, this is me not making the trade and it's stabbing me in the ass and not working out in my favor.
Well, Trey McBride is good, but no one in this whole league is Jonathan Taylor good right now. But who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Who knew the Colts?
Nobody.
Who knew this team was gonna be any good?
Nobody. Jonathan Taylor ended up being in certain leagues a 3rd-round pick in some leagues. People are like, I don't know. I guess he's the best left. I'll take him. Because remember in the preseason, we're I don't know. It's Anthony Richardson at quarterback. Maybe Daniel Jones, which I guess is better.
Gross. Yeah, disgusting.
And it's like all of a sudden the Colts are like the best offense in the league.
People weren't even thinking about the running game because they'd never had one.
Yeah.
By the time the draft came around, I was talking to Pritchard about it, and like I think I actually at the draft, I was like, I'm surprised you kept Taylor. And he's like, and what he said is, if they just announced that Daniel Jones was the quarterback, he's like, if they had announced Anthony Richardson was the quarterback, I was throwing him back because all teams would do is stack the box against him, and that just wasn't going to work out.
Right. Well,
who knows?
Anthony
Maybe
Richardson
it would have.
It
would have been less people to beat down the stretch. Like
the Colts didn't know they were going to be this good. It was every reporter, everything preseason was like, this is a toss up, man. Either one could win this job. Daniel Jones wins this job, and they're like the best offense the league is. Like, if you look at like the underlying stats, they're the best offense the league has seen since the 2007 Patriots, scoring wise. Like on EPA per play, like all this stuff. It's crazy.
That is absolutely bonkers. I mean, they never should have been starting Anthony Richardson, to be honest.
How bad is Anthony Richardson that he couldn't make this offense work?
I mean, if you look at his stats, like significantly worse than the next worst guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like way down. He should never have been a professional starting quarterback ever.
Yeah,
professional quarterback. You don't have to say starting. I don't even think he could be.
He shouldn't be hired on a team. He should not be making money in the NFL. This is an
all that to
XFL
say,
level quarterback.
I guess Pritchard's like this team's not that good. Pritchard's team is not that good. Like you look at it, you're like, eh. He started Amari DeMarcado and Devin Singletary at running back this week. Like, what are we talking about here?
Because
probably
the receivers were George Pickens, Parker Washington, and Michael Wilson. Like Michael Wilson, who got 33 points this week.
I mean, Kelsey put up 24. So, but I mean, A, it worked out for him, and B, he did it. There was a lot of hype around DeMarcado this offseason.
I just can't take you seriously if you're starting two tight ends. I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about DeMarcado. You're right. I can't take you seriously if you're starting two tight ends. I'm sorry. I can't. But I can't.
That's 14 points between those two positions. I mean, Kelsey just had a day.
I'll tell you, though, that Pritchard is one of those guys that keeps himself on top because he will go out and when he knows he's going to have a tough week, look around and be like, who can maybe get me some points this week and start a guy like Michael Wilson who hasn't scored 10 points.
He does.
Who hasn't scored 10 points all season, and he puts him in and it works. Like and it won't always, but he is making those moves.
That's why he's got 3 titles, man.
Right. He's out there scheming. He's out there,
And these are 3 titles he's won, by the way, that are spread out, right? It's not like he caught like lightning in a bottle for like 4 to 5 years and like had a good run of like great keepers in that time. Like he's done it. What is it? Like his years have been spread out that he's won these things, and he's made the playoffs like all the time. So
anyway. He's one of the best owners in the league. You can't count him.
Yeah, I hate it.
I think in the last 10 years, this is the most we've talked about Pritchard on any given podcast. So
yeah, stupid Pritchard. All right, Hitman are next. So this can be quick. Hitman 8-6. I was in a toss-up matchup. Now it's looking like I'm going to lose this week against Nick. Had that in common with you, Hillers. So I'll be 8-7. I have no idea what to think of my team. Feel like it's probably not going to happen this year for me. So I don't know, Nick. What do you think?
I think if you lose this week, that's going to be tough.
What are your final 2 weeks? Who are your next 2 matchups?
Pritchard and Dez.
Oof.
Yeah, that's tough.
Well, it's bad and it's good though, because it could be good. If I lose this week, it's probably bad. But like if I would have won this week,
it's only good if you win them both.
If I would have won this week, it would have kept me within a game of Dez, and I'd have been playing maybe for the division in the final week. But my all play is great, which is nice.
Yeah.
But my record might not be nice. So
your team's is scarier than you might think. If there's a team that also has like the type of thing that I like to see, where there's a lot of depth and a lot of choices, you've got that as well. You made a big move going in for Gibbs, which not only gave him to you but kept him away from me and from Dez. So, I mean...
That's kind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
I thought Dez was going to trade Bucky for Gibbs. I really did. But apparently he didn't want to do
that. But...
No, Dez was Zolan on Bucky.
You made some good moves. When you saw that your running backs weren't working out, you went and got Javonte Williams, who no one believed in and has turned out to be actually pretty solid. and
Drafted,
and
didn't
and
you? Oh, never mind.
yeah, and you got Drake London. Like you saw yourself losing, and like clawed and bit and tore. And your team is still very formidable. I hope you miss the playoffs because
Well,
I don't want to play you.
let me tell you a story here about what happened this week. Aaron Rodgers went down with a wrist injury, so DK Metcalf's value goes to shit basically because that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Drake London will be getting an MRI on his knee tomorrow because he left the game late, and he's not expected. It's not expected to be serious, but tomorrow's MRI will tell how much time he's going to miss.
If it's even
Michael
1
Penix
week,
got hurt.
What'd you say?
And Michael Penix got hurt.
Michael Penix also hurt, by the way. So now Kirk Cousins is throwing for Atlanta. Even if Drake London comes back next week, Kirk Cousins sucks. So my wide receiver
nothing wrong with
is
Kirk
in
Cousins. Come
fucking
on,
shambles right now.
what's wrong with Kirk Cousins?
Anyway, that's how the week went. So tough week for the Hitman. Probably going to lose as well. I think this might finish it. We made a good run. Did what we had to do.
That's the thing. We're getting late on in the season, and these injuries are going to start coming into like big names. You know, people that they've taxed hard during the season. It's a long year. It's a lot of heavy hits of huge, large men all the time. People are going to start missing joints and knees and muscles and such. So
yeah, looking like Hitman might be done. Wounded Ducks. This is gonna be a fun one here. Wounded
the
Ducks
most surprising thing that ever
find
happened.
themselves at 9-5, gonna be 10-5 after this week. This team started 0-3, and since then they've gone 10-2. Nick,
Insane.
can you explain that?
Records are meant to be broken. I mean,
What?
That's not really an explanation. Not just,
What record?
you know what an explanation is, by the way? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I mean, can I explain it?
Also, what record are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that I think that we came in and said like no team that started 0-3 that has ever made the playoffs, and like Dez is like fuck that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna beat that team that does it. And it would be a very Dez thing to like go from 0-3 and in spite of the numbers, like say like no fuck you guys, I'm gonna prove you wrong and win. I think this team was like good. He stuck with the players that he wanted, and he stuck with his team, and like. How does Ashton Jeanty kind of been like?
He's fine.
He's been fine. He hasn't been great. He's been fine.
He's fine. He's fine. And some weeks he will let you down, and some weeks he will do slightly better than expected. But like, he's fine.
But I mean, even his all play is not stellar. Like he must have just really caught lightning. He must have been great. Like he just like caught some great matchups because even a 60-50 all play is not stellar.
Right. And for every team that we're like, hey, this was a decently solid team and they just had some bad luck, there's going to be another team that was a decently solid team and has some good luck.
As of right now, I'm 20 games behind him in an all play with a number that fluctuates by 10 every week. I am 20 games behind him. I am last place in my division, and he is first place in his. And there's only 20 games that separate us in our all play.
Yeah, he's got the third best all play in the division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's really walking through snowflakes here. This is a team that even though they've done very well, and I think beat me.
Yeah.
Even then, he's only one game up on people with that third best all play.
I'm still not
he's
like
about to get his 10th. He's going to get his 10th win this week, so he's in.
He's in. He's in. But
this will be his first playoff appearance.
And you know what? Good job, Des. Nice work. You know, good for you.
You had mentioned earlier, Hillers, like this is the team that I want to play in the playoffs. Are the Ducks the team you actually want to play in the playoffs?
Yes. I mean, I'm fine with both. I think I could take this team. I think Watson will take this team. I think even, you know, some teams that won't make the playoffs could potentially beat this team. I think they've kind of been walking through the snowflakes here and just not getting touched quite a bit. I think they like I said, it's like some teams bad luck, some teams have good luck, and this is a good luck team this year.
You give me Bucky Irving, Michael Pittman, Marvin Harrison Jr. with what's his name with
Marvin Harrison Jr. By the
way, I think Harrison. I mean Devontae Smith, even though he hasn't done much this game.
It's not a terrible
Devontae
team.
Adams,
It's just not a great team either.
I'll tell you what, though, with Brock Purdy being back, George Kittle has gotten a lot scarier.
Sure.
Brock Purdy back this week. All of a sudden, George Kittle 6 for 67 with 2 touchdowns. Like, that got a lot better. Because, like, say what you want, Mac Jones played great, and he did what he needed to do as a backup quarterback. He doesn't target George Kittle. He doesn't look at George Kittle like Mac Jones does, like Brock Purdy does. As Matt, this is a Matthew Berry saying, but I hope my daughter finds somebody who looks at her like Brock Purdy looks at George Kittle. like this is like he loves George Kittle, and if that's going to happen, if George Kittle's going to be the TE1 the rest of the way, this team does get a little scarier. Yeah. And he's going to get Bucky back, right? He's going to get obviously Michael Pittman on bye this week. That hurt his score. Michael Pittman's been great. Like, if you look at his scores, he's been like the most least talked about great receiver this year that like nobody's mentioning. So I don't know.
Yes,
the team's good. Like, you look at it, you're like, I don't get it, but like,
it's a good team. It's a good team.
I think he's in the tier of like, he can win it. You never know. You catch some breaks, catch some good weeks. So anyway,
all right.
That's it. Who do you guys have? I think we made our predictions preseason. I don't know what they were. I didn't really look them up. Who knows? It's impossible to know.
Do we just want to say champion?
Yeah.
And that's it?
Who do you have for champion?
Nick?
You pick Nick.
No, I'm asking Nick.
I'm going to say TDJ. Fuck it, TDJ.
For the first 4-time winner.
For the rip.
That would be awful.
That'd be terrible.
That would be so
He's been there before. He knows how to do it.
He definitely does.
Merrill, who you got?
I'm gonna go where my heart goes. I'm gonna pick Watson. I'd like to see Watson get one. He's an OG. He hasn't won it.
His team is strong.
Can't have him win before me.
I'd like to see him. Well, yeah, but Nick, you came in the year after, right? You're not technically an original owner.
This is like in overtime. Like you don't want it. It's what if the other team does something, you know what you have to do now. like whatever. Like if you win this year, I have to win.
You have to win next year, right? What about you, Hillers? You picking yourself?
Yeah, I'm taking me. I know it's an unpopular. I know it's an unpopular choice, but like this team's fucking good. It deserves to win, and I think it can.
I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, hey, why not? You know.
I mean, it's
Did they actually
as likely as the next thing. Yeah.
All right, so that's this podcast, guys. We're gonna shut this down. I do think I'd love to do a podcast. I don't know if we need to do one for the playoffs, but I'd love to do one at least at the end of the playoffs, just to recap the season. I feel like we've never done it.
Let's just do another one on the last game of the season.
Yeah, when the playoffs start, maybe. Let's do that.
Yeah, end of the regular season. Yeah, we need to do a review, and we need to decide who we think is going to be singing a national anthem at the draft.
Oh, who's in the hunt for that? Oh wait, we're doing the bracket for it though. So
yeah.
It's a loser bracket.
Like, who do we like for singing? Who's warming up the pipes?
Daria's got to be the choice, right?
Start doing some research.
Could be Esther.
I think she knows some Russian. Maybe she did.
So that's the question. Do you think this starts changing the way people like sell at the trade deadline? They're like, I'd like to sell, but I don't want to sing at the draft.
Maybe it's possible. It might be a little bit of a disincentive to just totally flog your good expensive players, which I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah, it's a dynamic we got to deal with. All right. We'll do one after the regular season. We'll see you guys then after week 13, pre-week 14, and good luck out there. Stay safe, everyone. For Hillers, for Nick, it's Merrill signing off. We'll talk to you guys later.